So yeah, like any diligent swim fan, I was like, okay, today I gotta watch Black Widow. All right, Black Widow, the Italian film Black Widow.
Oh no!
I go to Amazon.
Oh
all
no,
right?
dude!
All right, I go to Amazon. Guess what? There's a 2005 film called Before It Had a Name, starring Willem Dafoe. And guess what they changed the name to when they pressed the DVDs? Black Widow. All right? I am an hour and a half. I'm an hour and a half into this fucking movie, and I'm like, why is there no movement here? No one has died. I mean, it is erotic. It's about Willem Dafoe is a caretaker of a house, and this guy's widow comes for the first time to kind of like deal with the past and the fact that her husband is dead and that he left her this house, and then Willem Dafoe eats her out while she's on her period. And I'm like, okay, but when's the stabbing? When does the stabbing start? And then I looked it up on I looked it up on Letterboxd. Actually, I saw your reviews of the actual Black Widow film that we were supposed to watch, and I'm like, wow, that's nothing like what I've been watching for the past hour and a half. That's fucking crazy. So I'm simply begging filmmakers to stop naming their films shit like Crush or Black Widow.
I was gonna say, at least it did, I'm surprised it didn't happen last week because there's way more crushes than Black Widows.
I think because it was such a visible hazard that Craig was on high alert. I think Black Widow is just specific enough where you wouldn't be as afraid to run into the wrong one.
Yeah.
And then seeing Willem Dafoe in it and seeing that it's clearly an erotic like drama film, I'm like, okay, that's it. That's what we're watching. That is not what we were watching.
How was it?
So it like the reviews are fucking terrible. Like it got slaughtered on Letterboxd and everywhere else. But I think there's a weird mise en scène to the whole thing that is strange. It's not good, but it's also not bad. It's very unusual. And it's a really quiet film where nothing much happens except two people in a house kind of navigating a weird relationship. It's fine. It's actually just a fine film. But yeah, I basically watched, in terms of runtime, a very indulgent Fellini film. By the time I was actually done with Black Widow proper. So I've been like fully Black Widow today. I'm ready to pod on both fronts. So, viewer beware. When a fucking
you're
title...
in for a scare.
Yeah, you're in for a scare. When a title is so fucking like cliched as like Black Widow or whatever, be on alert. Be on alert because you might find yourself having watched 2 movies. And that's just, it's not good. It's not good. Thankfully I started early enough.
You see what we do for you, listener?
Yeah, look what we
you see what
Craig.
You did to Craig.
The statues, the patron saint statues, it's like Saint Francis. He's usually like a fucking, he's got like birds around him and shit. I'm holding 2 copies of Black Widow. Like,
wait, hold on. So what you've described to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, what you've described to me is like a dreary, like, I don't know, character study of like a guy lingering around a woman's house. When does it become about murdering your husband?
Yeah, when does she start Black Widowing?
So that's the thing. It's completely inappropriate because like they're both on the level. They both come with their own baggage, of course, but she's not Black Widowing anyone. I think the point was to change the name to make it, put Willem Dafoe on the cover, call it Black Widow, and it's better than Before It Had a Name. Which again is more appropriate because it's kind of like an independent.
Yeah,
I don't want to call it like fully an art film, but there is some arty kind of. I mean, it's arty in its like general conceit. I think there's no fanfare. It actually predicts, I think, in a way, like in a very understated way, like the kind of like perks of being a wallflower-ness of like indie stuff.
It's like a pre-mumblecore type situation.
Yeah, I think there's just little dashes of it. There's little moments, like, you know, there's a woman that has her tits out in front of Willem Dafoe, and he's like just fixated on the television that's talking about like how whales beach themselves. You know, like
sorry, that sounds a lot more Craig Neeson than this movie.
No, but it's played for comedy. It's a little, it's more it bends.
Oh, it's not joyless.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Sideways or something, you know?
Screaming at my husband to look at my breasts, and he's watching like the 19th Ocarina of Time speed run playthrough.
Wait, so did you finish the Willem Dafoe Black Widow?
So actually, no, because I came just under the wire. I had 10 minutes to spare when I finished the actual Black Widow. I actually have 20 more minutes in sorry,
extracurricular Black Widow.
Yeah, before it had a name. I have 20 more minutes in the film, but again, it's a sleepy film, and I don't anticipate it having an ending that's particularly full of like gravitas or whatever. It just kind of happens, you know.
There could be a very prominent spider-based subplot at the end of the movie. We don't know.
Yeah.
I am kind of obsessed with the idea of calling it Black Widow. It's like if you made like a medical drama. And you called it like the Bloody Chainsaw Movie. It seems like just that level of misdirection of what's happening in your movie.
Yeah.
Listener, be careful. We don't want you to get we don't want you to Neeson yourself.
Yeah, don't.
That
Folks, no.
Come here, try to do this. You will die. You will die trying to do this.
Hello, listener. Welcome back to SWIMFANS. This is your #1 erotic thriller podcast for the week. I am your co-host. My boss is literally begging me to go get railed. I'm Josh McKenzie.
I'm the plumber. Nice to meet you. You don't get that joke because it's not the Black Widow you saw. I'm Craig Neeson.
It's a Russian taunt. I'm Jennifer Hawking.
This week on the show, we are talking 1987 Bob Rafelson film Black Widow.
Just do it.
Okay, so if you've not seen Black Widow, the proper Black Widow, this is a movie about a like FBI agent named Alexandra Barnes. She's kind of like, I mean, she's like pretty, right? But also she's like kind of mousy, and she's very into her work. And literally, every man at her workplace is like, go have sex now. Like, please go out and have sex once. But of course she doesn't, because she's married to the job. Right at the start of the movie, she's begun to make sort of tenuous connections to these various like old rich guys, like stopping breathing in their sleep. And, she's like, oh, it's such a rare medical condition. How can this be happening? And they're like, shut up, go have sex like a woman does.
Average Italian workplace, yeah.
But, she thinks there's something going on. And then meanwhile, we're seeing these scenes of this woman. We don't know her real name, but her earliest name is Catherine. So that's the closest we get to an original name. Catherine, right at the start of the film, she was married to like a rich guy in Manhattan who has just died. And then we see her relocate to Dallas, where she marries, where she seduces and then marries. And what I need you to understand before I go further, listener, is that this movie collapses time in a way I've never seen before. So she just slips through time like a lubricated hot dog. So she
like Billy Pilgrim.
She comes unstuck from time. Yes. So she leaves Manhattan. She relocates to Dallas. She seduces this like toy executive, marries him, and then he suddenly dies. So we see that there's like a small like dispute that she gets in with this man's sister over inheritance, and she buys her off, and then she moves away again, this time to Seattle. So bouncing back to Alexandra, she's like, okay, there's definitely a pattern. Let me get in on this. I think I know where she's going, and she's sort of on her trail. We know that Catherine is going to Seattle. So next in Seattle, Catherine has targeted this curator of like a natural history museum, and he likes coins and history, and he's very shy, right? You'd think, oh, quite a challenge for her to seduce. Not at all. In fact, it's very fast. She seduces him instantly. They get married. And then Alexandra begins to get closer to her target. So she approaches the man, and she, under the auspice of like writing an article about his wife, she's like, I just want to talk to her, just want to get to know her. And he's like, she's really busy. I don't think she'll be meeting you. But I'll let you know. So he does let her know that there's like a reporter looking after her. And so Catherine is suspicious of this. But then, of course, she goes ahead and murders him anyway. And then so from Seattle, she now goes to Hawaii, where she spends most of the time of the movie. Meanwhile, Alexandra, she's like, I'm going to quit my entire job because the U.S. Justice Department will not empower me to hunt this untraceable serial killer. So all of her coworkers who are trying to sleep with her wish her the best of luck, and she moves to Hawaii. So in Hawaii, we see that Catherine's new target is this like hotelier named Paul. Okay, and he is, owns a lot of hotels, whatever. And Catherine and Alexandra, who Alexandra is now using like a code name, finally run into each other. They finally meet, and they become friends at like a scuba diving class. They get along really quickly. Obviously, Alexandra knows who Catherine is, but not the reverse. As they get closer, it becomes clear to Catherine that Alexandra has a thing for Paul. There's an interaction where Alexandra and the detective that she was working with are talking in public, and Catherine happens to spy this happening, and she begins to become suspicious of Alexandra, and she discovers that Alexandra is the woman that was asking after her in Seattle, asking after her in Dallas and Manhattan, like just sort of following her. Basically, these two women are now operating in like a cat and mouse game where both of them think the other one doesn't know that they're onto them, but the other one is absolutely onto them. So it's two women lying to themselves. So what Catherine does is she's like, you know what? If you like Paul so much, you can just sleep with them. Won't that be fun? So Alexandra opens herself up to Paul. She has feelings for him. They have sex, and Catherine pays a PI to like photograph them under the pretense that she's trying to find her cheating husband. And then Catherine goes in for the kill, figuratively. Literally is later, but figuratively for now. What she does is she like kills the detective by making him OD on heroin. Wait, no, sorry. What she does first is that she, after Alexandra and Paul have had sex, Catherine goes to Paul and she's like, I actually do love you and I'm ready to commit to you finally. So they get married, which obviously breaks Alexandra's heart. And then she sort of goes through the final part of her plan. Her plan is to kill Paul and blame it all on Alexandra. So what she does is she kills the detective, but she leaves the photos that she had him take earlier in the film on the desk. Meanwhile, she tries to kill Paul. And then so the end result will be that Alexandra killed Paul out of jealousy for him having chosen Catherine over her, and she gets away with all of his fortune, and Alexandra goes to jail. So very tidy. And for a moment, that's exactly what happens. Alexandra is arrested, shamed in the press. Paul dies off screen, like all the other husbands die off screen. We'll come back to it. So it looks like she has gotten away with her plan, expertly pulled off. In the last scene of the film, Catherine has gone to see Alexandra basically to taunt her while she's in prison. And finally, Alexandra gags her a bit. I think sister of the very first guy in Manhattan comes in and is able to be like, why, that's the woman who was with my brother. And then after she comes in, Paul comes in. Shocker, he wasn't actually dead. She didn't succeed in poisoning him. Apparently the FBI intervened on his behalf. So they've got her dead to rights. She's arrested. I think that's the end of the movie. The movie just kind of ends. Yeah, that's right. Because I remember the movie being like, "Oh, okay, this is the end of the runtime." Yeah, so that's Black Widow.
She literally just walks out of the police station or whatever, and then credits roll. There's no her character doesn't land anywhere.
What did we think about Black Widow?
When I sat down to watch Black Widow, I read the description and I was like, okay, erotic thriller about a woman who kills her rich husbands. I know this one. And like, I was like kind of right, but I did notice that about 10 minutes in, I was like glued to my screen.
Oh shit, okay.
I actually really liked this. I thought the leads were good. The main character felt like motivated to me. It was really gorgeous looking. Like I really liked the cinematography, especially like that office building with the green windows. Like I thought like they did so much with that.
What's up with that? I was trying to Google it. I'm like, why is
are
it
the windows green?
green?
Is it like a privacy, like no leak kind of thing? But like that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't really make sense to me. But it looked really cool.
Better?
Yeah. Why was it all hastily painted?
Yeah, it's like Nickelodeon slime.
Yeah. It also reminded me a lot of Michael Mann's 2006 masterpiece Miami Vice, in that it's like about a woman so burnt out at her job she might just like kind of let this next case swallow her whole. I liked that it was like kind of gal pals with it, and I thought that was like a great change of pace from what we normally see. I feel like what we normally see is like this femme fatale woman, like, do you want to like fuck her? Do you want to kill her? And it was kind of like great to see the dynamic shift subtly to, do I want to like fuck you or be you? And I think there's a lot more that we like haven't really seen in that dynamic compared to what we normally deal with. I loved how many kind of like notable character actors were in it. Like James Hong is great. The Upper Peninsula's own Terry O'Quinn is in this. Dennis Hopper is like fourth build, but he's in like 2 scenes total. I wouldn't say it's perfect. Like you said, Josh, the time slippage is like very.
It's distracting.
Weird. It's weird. They skip too much. Like there are movies that I think do that pretty well. Like I think like Dragon Tattoo does that really well because it takes place over a year and it'll just like jump forward months in between scenes or whatever. But like you never like lose your place, or you never like miss such large events, which is like a problem in this movie. But like ultimately, I thought that the chemistry between the 2 women was like really good. This sort of like Hawaii vacation setting was good. I liked I'll go into it later, but like there's really good stuff in here. I wouldn't say it's the greatest movie of all time or anything, but like I had a lot more fun with this than I thought that I would.
Yeah, this movie didn't get me until the Hawaii segment started. I do think that, you know, there are moments in the beginning where there's like fun gels. You know, there's a noir moment, you know, where she's being tailed. The detective is like tailing the ghoul in the car, and she's like under this like fluorescent pink, and the ghoul's like blue or something. You know, there are little moments in the kind of lead up, like first act of her killing her 2 husbands in succession. But mostly it's like people arguing in a room. I'm just like, oh my God, this is tedious. I'm so bored. But you know, as soon as it started opening up, and you know, we're looking at a volcano, and this fucking, you know, cocaine guy is like, I want to build a hotel here. You know, then I was kind of, you know, locked in. You know, the movie starts to kind of come to life, and we get these really cool, you know, situations. The scuba diving situation where our lead is just incautiously touching things at the bottom of the ocean floor, which is not wise.
Famously a place that's not venomous or sharp.
Let's toss this anglerfish back and forth.
This lionfish is very spiky and inviting. You know, like, but you know, suddenly I think you know the movie gets this this breath of fresh air, and you know, our ghoul has heretofore not looked better. You know, she's got this just long blonde hair. She's in these incredible outfits, And I think the dynamic of what exactly the cop is doing there gets a little weird. Because the fuck is she doing there? Like that's one of the things about. I think that it's handled very well in something like Basic Instinct. Is that like one? Like the motivating element here is to, on paper, is to capture this woman who's been murdering men, but we don't really care about the men. Like we don't, right? Like that's the thing. What happens in Basic Instinct is Michael Douglas, of course, he's there to investigate a murder, but we don't really care about justice being served. We care about the fact that like Catherine Trammell is brilliant and evil. Like so the movie kind of like is aware enough that we don't care about these old motherfuckers who have died, and we certainly don't care about the fucking sort of Damocles hanging over this fucking a real estate, a hotel douchebag, like correctly so, and it also like it gives her enough of like a love plot to kind of confuse the motivation to kind of like make it like three-dimensional in some way without like I love the hotel guy. It doesn't set her up with the hotel guy afterwards.
Right.
Like it doesn't really matter. All that really matters is him, appearing there alive at the end, where we, the movie has like sufficiently tricked us through those quick passages of time that, if she's shapeshifted, if things are moving, she's killed. And the movie does a really effective job of, hiding that kind of, that last like ace. I think overall, like, I could have cut like 20 or so fucking minutes out of the film, just to make it like sharper. But otherwise, it's in the back half, it's colorful and it's strange. And like in terms of, there's all sorts of ghouling. There's ghouling that's pathological, that's like deeply emotionally, psychologically motivated, right? Like I love so much that I kill or something, or I hate so much that I kill. I mean, this film even brings it up, like in a kind of joking way. The lead is like, it's like, what does she say? It's like, I had an experience as a child with an older man that was negative, so I've grown up to hate and detest old men, and this is why I kill old men. But it's a joke, right? The movie's like talking about the structure of an erotic thriller like this by kind of like hand waving away that no, this is not what she's doing. And the film demonstrates very clearly that she's just a very industrious ghoul, right? It's all about padding those G's, right?
Yeah,
she's getting stacks. Like she's getting stacks and stacks and stacks.
Yeah,
and,
which is a valid modality of ghouling.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And like the closest that we get to her kind of really, really talking about it is that moment when they're kind of in a Hawaiian forest, and she says something to the effect of, like it takes a lot of effort to be rich, right? One husband wasn't enough, two wasn't enough. It takes more to keep that bank account, those zeros coming. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that the ghoul is, just, again, very industrious. All about the paper. Stacks on stacks. Yeah, I mean, I think this movie is fine. I kind of cut it right down the middle, actually.
For me, I think where this movie delights is... Yeah, and its idiosyncrasies, because I think the core conceit is pretty bog standard. Like you said, we have a pretty typical ghouling modality here. I don't think it's particularly exciting in the way that she kills them. It's not like she like puts them in like a series of chains and pulls them apart or something. Like she just poisons them. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you killed your husband? Yeah, well, But like the movie is very odd. The time slippage can't be understated. Like you have to, if you've not seen the film, it's really difficult to describe. None of the main events happen on screen. It's such an interesting choice. Every single husband dies off screen. Most, like, you know what, I'm going to say load-bearing events happen off screen. What you do see on screen are just like day in the life of women being girls. And isn't that fun? So you do get this sort of insistence on breeziness because the movie does not slow down. I will give it this. There is no dragging part of this movie. The movie's insistence on breeziness also means that it just flies right by, and you're like, was I supposed to care about that guy? Was I supposed to care about that guy? Was that supposed to matter? And it doesn't matter because the movie's already moving forward. But I mean, I think that's interesting, right? Like a more standard movie would really dwell on the act of poisoning the husband, and like if that act isn't, you know, interestingly shot or isn't interestingly thought out, that could be quite a slog. Especially this is like the fourth guy that she's killing. So the breeziness is a choice. That's interesting. I like the gal pals as well. The woman playing Catherine is so hot. She's such a good woman who murders all of her husbands. Like, she's got, how do I put this? I don't mean this in like a phrenology way, but she has murders my husband face in such a in such a way that I've almost never seen before. It's so awesome. She like is really embodying like she's taking on the spiritual essence of ghouldom, and she's expressing it back outwards to the viewer. Like there's the scene where she's walking into the museum when she's going to go ghoul the museum curator, and she has her hair up in a way that I could only describe as like a 90s ghoul hair updo. Like that's how you wear your hair if you're going to ruin a man's life. And she's just really fun to watch. I love how much the movie loves her. Like every guy is tripping over himself whenever she's like within 25 feet of them. She just like pulls aggro as she walks down the street. It's really fun to watch. I kind of wish they did a little more with this. Because they do sort of get themselves in the situation where both women think that the other woman doesn't know that they're onto them, but each of them is onto them. And I think there was like an interesting, like dramatic irony we could have gotten out of there. That would be a higher concept movie, I suppose. But I think there was some fertile room to play with that. Yeah, my biggest complaint is that like is sort of the only thing I like about it. Like the breeziness, I respect. The bold choices about what matters and what is showed on screen, I respect. It's just that I don't agree with it all the time. It's very difficult to keep your place and time in this movie in a way that I find takes me out of the movie. I would have enjoyed a little bit more indulging in like the murder plot. Like I liked when so the curator husband, they're having sex. They're having sex, and then like this giant metal life alert necklace falls directly into her mouth, and it's like, by the way, I'm deathly allergic to penicillin. And she has to have been like, oh, fucking jackpot, like easy mode. But like, but you see a moment where she's poisoning this man's toothpaste with penicillin so that she can kill him, and she doesn't even have to be anywhere near him, right? I would have enjoyed a little more delighting in the plot, the murder plot, but that's just me. I think I'm somewhere in the middle of you both in how much you liked this movie. But they made choices, and not every erotic thriller makes choices. So I respect it at least for making choices.
Yeah, most erotic thrillers are just content to be Fatal Attraction again. And this one had some bold swings were had. I'm personally fine with... I wanted more from Dennis Hopper's death, but I was fine with the museum curators because that penicillin in the toothpaste scene is pretty good. And when it jumps forward, it's just like, yeah, he died. It's like, yeah, of course he was gonna die. Like, you know, I didn't really need to see the moment it happened or whatever. But like with the Dennis Hopper one, he's like sitting next to this like surreal toy or something. It's like, I don't know how would you describe that thing? Like a ziggurat?
Yeah,
do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I would say it's like an idol to Moloch that you're
Yeah.
selling to children. Like
Yeah,
it's an unholy altar to toys.
It doesn't seem to do anything. It just sort of lights up different colors. I wanted to see more what was going on with that guy. There was a lot more to be explored there.
Yeah, because and I think that's sort of when the movie is at its slipperiest, because like that's like minute, I'm going to say 12 of the movie. Like you meet Catherine and she's just killed the guy in Manhattan. And then the movie like cuts to Alexandra and it cuts back. And now we're seeing this guy we've never seen before, Dennis Hopper's character. And then you see the same woman from Manhattan, but now she has a Southern accent and she's like blonder maybe. And then like I think you get like 2 scenes of Dennis Hopper, like barely. I don't even know that you really know that they're married, just that like he's like screwing his secretary or whatever. And then you get the scene where Catherine is like buying off his sister to go away. And I'm like, oh, did they get married? Oh, did she kill him? Who knew?
Did a year go by?
Yeah. That is definitely the slipperiest part of the movie, because the movie does dilate a little bit when it gets to Seattle, and it really dilates when it gets to Hawaii. But like the first 25 minutes, it's impossible to tell how long anything takes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it would have been fun to see a little bit of like the way that she works, because I mean, right at the start, like Alexandra's got her number and she's like, oh, she's never in town when they die. Oh, she always conveniently leaves like moments before they die. Okay, well then she's simply poisoning them or like rigging something to kill them while she's out of town. Like obviously, duh. And I would have liked to know what it is a little bit. Because the only one we see is the penicillin guy, and it's like, okay, yeah, well that's easy. I want to know what her untraceable like fucking assassin poison that she's using is.
Yeah, the movie, especially the first like 25-ish minutes of the movie, is all about like the main lady doing the research on her and like looking through the wedding photos and everything, and like it just needs a bit more to ground the crimes. I think if it did that, it would be a lot stronger. Yeah,
because frankly it's like confusing, like the parts where she's doing like 1987 Googling at the computer. I'm like, sorry, what is happening? Like what is like, it's a little unclear what she's even tracking. I don't know if she even works for the FBI. Like she's like like the sex boss is like, the data that you're doing is amazing, and I'm like, is she doing data? Like I don't. How is she hearing about all these murders?
Well, she had like a hunch, right, that like the same woman was responsible for it or whatever, and like she was doing the data to like track down where she would be next. You know, like how many millionaires were married in this situation, and she like kind of talks about how she narrowed it down to the right one. It doesn't make a ton of sense, but it makes like 80s computer, I did it with computer sense.
Yeah,
like I'm fine glossing over like the details of how she got that one, you know.
Yeah. Well, but and that's also fine. But I want a little more of the crime itself. Then, like, I do want to see how she's killing them. It doesn't have to be that detailed. I just want to see her do Gone Girl a little more often.
Yeah. And like you'd think that like you just wouldn't show it at all if you're not gonna like bother to elaborate on it. Like you could maybe just start with like husband 3.
Yeah,
because you see most of that process. You see her like doing her research about like the things he's into so she can impress him.
Yeah. Well, and frankly, the like, and that was interesting. I liked that.
Yeah, I liked that. I liked how it was like juxtaposed with like main detective lady like alone in her apartment doing her own research.
Yeah, and it was just fun to see like how you would do ghouling before you could just like Google something. She goes to the store and she's like, I don't know, can you tell me about 18th century coins? And the librarian's like, ma'am, this is a municipal library. Can you please go away? But then she like, you know, she has enough charisma to do like one all-nighter of coins, and she's like, yeah, I got this.
This shit's easy.
These people have PhDs. I don't give a shit. I'm evil and hot. I'm gonna fool them all. So you know that is great, and I'm like, yeah, that's the juice right there for me.
And it would work too. And it would work.
Yeah, it would absolutely work.
She was hot enough to not know everything about coins.
Yeah. Well, and actually, you said you didn't care about that guy. I thought he was kind of a cute old man, so I was like, I was sad when she killed him. I hoped that the Fed would save him, because it's so, I don't know, it's almost melodramatic the way that he's like, yeah, I just never let a woman into my heart. And then he takes her to his cabin on like the island where they did The Ring. And he's like, will you move in here with me? The place I've always wanted to bring my wife to. And then she's like, oh, you have the most exploitable weakness. You have a glowing red weak point. That's so sexy of you. And it's just, at some point, you just feel kind of bad for him.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like that she has to deal with the because she meets the detective meets him, and she has that moment later on. She's like, what if I warned him? Like, what if I kind of like blew my cover to save this guy or whatever? And then so she has to go even deeper the next time.
Yeah, because like when we thought the hotel guy died, I'm like, I don't give a shit about that French sack of shit, that two-timing monster. I don't care about him. But I did feel for the cute old man who collects coins.
Yeah,
some men were just made to be murdered by
yeah.
women.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
You're checking a lot of boxes on this particular checklist.
Listener, if you date women, you do have to make it kind of hard. You're going to want to keep a few secrets.
Yeah.
No matter how pretty they are, keep a few secrets.
Don't
Just
want
learn to
anybody
deflect
Anna Nicole
questions.
Smith you, right?
Yeah. Just learn how to deflect questions about your allergies. Never tell that to anyone. If you're on a date and the waiter asks, do you have any food allergies we should be made aware of? You say, no, absolutely not. And when they serve you something you're allergic to, you just power through it anyway.
Yeah, if you have like an Achilles type of ailment where you have one weak point on your entire body, no matter how drunk you get, all right, you've really got to keep a few secrets. If there's one thing we've learned on this show, it's that keep a few secrets is good for you. Mm-hmm. What does this note even say? Do we want to wait? Can I read this note to you guys and we can try to decipher what you think this is about?
Yeah, please.
This bullet point says, "Oh, this question mark? This is just my heavy metal dangling murder method." What?
Is it referring to the necklace, like the life alert?
Yes, it is. It must be my heavy, because when I read heavy metal, I thought of the music. Yes, my heavy metal dangle. Yes, okay, that is what it's referring to. Thank you.
Yep.
Great. We cross it off. We already covered it. This isn't really like a note. It's just an incredible bit of like verisimilitude. When Alexandra goes to meet the guy's sister, I have to imagine it's because the actress didn't want to be naked on camera, which is totally reasonable. So funny, though, to put her in a tanning booth, like wrapped in a towel.
Oh, yeah.
If your actress is uncomfortable showing her body, that's fine. Just move the scene somewhere where you don't have to, by design, be naked.
Yep. Really easy. Just don't do that. Just write it out. Just write it out of script.
Because I'm like, ladies, have you ever had a completely horizontal tan line across your chest?
The DP was probably like, no, I wanted to use those lights. No, I don't care. I don't care what she wears. Get in the tanning bed.
It was just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything, but it's just so fucking funny. I'm like, ma'am, that's not how it works. Ma'am, no.
I like their little meet cute that they have at the scuba diving class, where there's like one woman who's like sick and she's like so dedicated to coughing on everyone there, and then she walks up to Black Widow and she's like, oh, you're gonna be my partner, right? We get to share scuba gear. And then main detective lady swoops in. Thought that was fun. It gave that scene that would normally be very boring some personality.
Yeah, and I think that both actresses here, neither of whose names I recall offhand, sorry, Deborah Winger is Alexandra.
Yeah.
Both actresses, I think, have a pretty good sense of comedic timing too, and so I almost wish there was more of a comedy element to the movie. Like the times when they're just doing gal pal stuff, like when they're at like various parties or just like being hot in Hawaii, I think was when the movie is kind of singing the most, because both actresses, I think, have a lot of charisma, and I think that they bounce off of each other well. And like the 2 times the movie tries to have this sort of comedic element, like that lady who's like spreading the plague to everybody at the pool. It's actually quite funny, and so I'm like, maybe you guys should have made it a little funnier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because like even the lady who's like coaching them on the scuba diving is kind of hamming it up in that scene, because the lady's like actively hacking, and the woman's trying to give instructions, and so she's like spacing it around this this woman sucking on everybody's like air hoses.
Typhoid Mary at the fucking scuba diving school.
No, absolutely.
I like that scene later when the scuba stuff comes back, because they establish that you can't like return to the surface too quickly, otherwise bad stuff will happen. And then she is sort of like trapped without oxygen in a situation that, is it ever explained why that happens?
I mean,
like why she started, like why her tank said it was half full but it was empty.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if it says it. Teresa Russell plays Catherine, by the way. Nobody get mad at me. Catherine. I mean, you don't see it in the movie. I just assumed she like tampered with her tank. I don't. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it doesn't cinematically make sense for that to be an accident or like some sort of glitch. No. Because that's like, I think like in sequence, like right after Catherine goes to James Hong's private eye character and is like, "What's going on? You work for me now." So like, I think it has to be intentional and her doing.
Yeah, I mean, there's that moment, once the tank starts getting low, that they're kind of embracing. The lead is freaking out, and we get this kind of like reaction shot from the ghoul where she's like glaring down at her, and you're unsure for like a couple seconds whether she's actually going to share her oxygen, right? Her like her life is like in her hands at that moment, and there is some kind of like element of like sociopathy or kind of like I could kill you if I wanted to. But I'm simply going to spare you now. I mean, I think ultimately, whether or not it was like sabotage, which the movie doesn't ever like definitively land on, it still hammers down the point of like, this woman will fucking kill you. Don't try to cross her. Don't fuck with her. She holds your life in her hands. And it's a good set piece too. Being underwater, touching all the urchins. And then almost dying.
Just rubbing the urchins. Well, yeah. What I liked about that scene as well is I really didn't know what she was gonna do. Like I was like I wasn't sure, because it would obviously be way easier for Catherine to just like kind of let her die. And so I thought that was one of the more interesting like suspenseful scenes where like I mean she knows she's her enemy, but I mean she still kind of fucks with her too. So it was, I didn't know what she was gonna do. Which was nice.
Yeah, I don't remember if where that landed on the timeline of the greater events of the movie.
Yeah, I think so. It's right. So the 2 scenes before, I believe, is when she sees James Hong and Deborah Winger speaking at the market, and then the scene after that is when she goes to see James Hong, and then they go scuba diving. So it's like cinematically, I think it's like the first scene they have together after she suspects her of being the woman who's been stalking her. Or maybe there's also the scene where she calls that woman in New York as well, the one who shows up at the end. But I think it's the first scene they share together after she's like in the know. So I was like, well,
got it.
You kill her.
Yeah.
Why not? The only ghoul picture I can think of where photographs would have really ruined the whole plot. If she had simply had like pictures, it wouldn't have gotten this far.
Wait, pictures of Catherine?
Yeah, well, because like they have to be like, get me photos of her. And she's like, oh, but she's always turning away.
I love that so much. the idea that a wedding photographer wouldn't be sure to get like a good photo of the bride. Like, it's so insane. She could just sort of like casually turn her head, you know, and until like it would be like impossible to tell.
Yeah.
That might be the number one prerogative of a wedding photographer.
Yes, yeah, that is their main job.
No, but like I feel like this is the ghouling plot that is the most susceptible to just one photograph taking the house of cards down. Like that's a I mean, like if you have a picture of Madison from SWIMFANS, who cares? She's that won't stop her. She's Jason Voorhees. Nobody cares. But like this one photograph from like a facing angle, it's cooked.
I really felt the motivation of the lead character. How did you guys feel about her?
I like her. I like her, and like I said earlier, Winger and Russell's characters like play off each other really well. I don't know. It's pretty flat to me. And I mean, like the motivation is great. Like, I mean, all you need to make a movie work is like, hey, I want to do this thing real bad. So like that's totally fine. I do wish, because like every side character, including the hotelier, is like really focused on her personal life. I guess I wish there was more character there, just because it seems to want there to be room for it. Compared to Catherine, of course, who the movie is like totally fine with her being like a shape-shifting demon. I don't know that I mean, I don't want like a diversion for it or something. I guess like because it seems like there's an interest in her as a person, I wanted more of her as a person. I don't know how that would have been done. I don't even know if it would be better, really. It seems like there's not much to her, but like in terms of her motivation, yeah, I like that she's possibly the most sexually harassed woman in the American government, but also she has this like laser focus. Yeah, I mean, yeah, as far as her like motivation goes, yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
I too wish you were rounder or something, but like insofar as zeroing in, she's functioning as she should function. She's, wanting to get to the bottom of it, and we're behind her shoulders getting to the bottom of it. But yeah, I don't know. Something like a chip. I don't know. I don't know how you would do it. This isn't Silence of the Lambs, right? Where like, it's like not really about Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
it's like all about Clarice and like who Clarice is as a character. Like I don't want that. I don't it's not appropriate, but like even like an idiosyncrasy or something, like a story from her past, kind of like just something that's like that gives her a little texture. Because she's
some screaming lambs.
Yeah, exactly. Because there are moments where she feels like way too amorphous. Especially when she's like pretending to be someone that she's not. Like of course she's like on the job, but like there's still no like she's like she's previously been vapor and now she's even more vaporous. Like she falls in love or something, or wants to fuck the guy with the hair, and I guess like that's a thing, but that isn't enough. That isn't character texture. But I don't know how to remedy it. It's just she does feel amorphous and flat at times, and it creates a kind of a weird distance between like me and like the whole film, because again she is the lightning rod through which we connect to the plot, and if she's not interesting, then it's hard or something.
I think that's it, Craig. I don't need like backstory. I don't need like a character study amount of detail about her, but texture. Because I think the few moments that you do sort of get that, like I'm thinking of when she clearly has feelings for Paul but is sort of reticent about it, like that feels specific in a way that I can like latch onto, like so you can sort of understand her hurt later. Yeah, like a little bit of texture. I agree.
Yeah, I guess I felt a lot of like her character in the situation she was in. Like I loved that when we see her at like the government office, they're like, your work is basically keeping us afloat, like you're the best one here, you've been doing this for 6 years. Even her boss is like, go get railed, seriously, just go get fucked. Like you have to stop doing this, you have to go live your life, you have sex, you're gonna you won't believe what happens. And that her pursuit of this woman causes her to like see like the curator husband die, and then that motivates her into this like Hawaii situation, which is like an insane like undercover mission that she has to investigate this woman who she kind of realizes she wants to be, and that maybe she kind of is another version of her. Like I love that scene where the ghoul is like talking about like, oh yeah, you get rich, but you never really kind of think that you're rich. You always kind of want to be making more money, and she kind of like sees it like her job, like the ghoul sees her job as like, no, it's my job to seduce men, marry them, and then kill them to take their money. That's my job. And then she's kind of with a woman who like also kind of understands that her job is to take this woman down. But like the emotions they're feeling towards each other are real, and like I think like that is like, it's not groundbreaking, but I do think it works. I find this to be a movie about a woman who yearns for excitement and finds it, and then still kind of proves she's the best at the end of the movie. This is like a Michael Mann movie to me. Like she doesn't fuck the girl's husband because it's her job to do it. She fucks the girl's husband or fiance at that point. Whatever. But she's because she's like parasocially kind of living through the target of her mission. And I felt it. I got a lot out of their relationship dynamic in the way that I got stuff out of like Mindhunter and Heat and Miami Vice, of like, yeah, fuck it, this might be the one that ends me, but I never felt so alive. Let's see where fucking this guy's gonna take me. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't really see it. What you I'm sure it's just I
might be meeting the movie more than halfway on that.
Well, no, but I do see it in one scene. It's the scene where she's gotten married, and there's these pastel fucking presents that she's like framed with, and then the cop gives her this little Black Widow jewelry piece, and there's such a tense standoff of awareness in that moment between their roles, and it's
then they kiss.
Oh yeah, right. And then she's forcibly kissed, right?
Yes.
That's De Niro and Pacino meeting at that restaurant in Heat. Like that's this movie's version of that. You know what I mean? Like but like I see like a lot of it is kind of bloodless. I wish more of the film were bent in the, I just gave you a symbolic token of my awareness of what you are, and I'm accepting this token from you because I am that thing that you think I am. You know what I mean? Like that's cool.
Yeah.
That I think that's cool. I think you only probably get that once. I don't think you can do that multiple times. But what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is, I wish more of the film were more. It makes the rest of the film, the rest of the kind of interactions feel a little more anemic, right? Because it's so passionate. Other things are just so bloodless.
That's also so bitchy to show up at the wedding of the woman who took the man you love and just deliver her the token being like, I know you're a multi-murderer. Imagine eating that hard.
I don't think she loved him. I think she loved her.
Interesting. That's interesting. Because like, I mean, I guess I could see it. But like it felt like the scenes where she was with Paul, like, because they have like sort of that chemistry at the first. I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay, Catherine and Alexandra have chemistry, but like there's like those like scenes where he's like looking at her from across like the party scene when they're at the party scene. and it just seems like it seemed like when she was with him, she's like, because all those men have been chasing her, every single coworker has been chasing her like constantly. And then she is vibing with this guy, and then she's like, don't do this if you're not serious. And he's not serious. He was just waiting around for the other one. Interesting.
My only read on this movie is that she is way more in love with her than she is with him. I think she only fucks that guy to get one step closer to like single white femaling the target of her obsession.
Yeah, I'm now seeing a Wild Things version of this where it's just decided.
Oh my god! If this movie was sorry,
it's just where it's decidedly more bisexual, where like it's like a little more in the text of the film. I think that would be exciting.
Yeah, if this movie was just a couple notches like more disreputable, like a bit more exploitative, like I think we would really have something here.
Crank up the freak meter.
Yeah,
please, like I'm begging you. That movie's Miami Vice, by the way. That they did make that movie. It's Miami Vice.
Yeah, there's a scene where there's like a kind of uncomfortable nudity, right? I feel like we've seen that scene so many times where a woman will just suddenly do the female version of dropping trow in the presence of another woman. Or in the presence of someone that like is just suddenly being confronted with a fully nude woman, just allow me to connect the bisexual dots, right? Like I
did
that, yeah, right. Clearly,
it's so clear to me, man.
I just wish the film would tip its hand and fully explore that, because I think because that's something that I think this film had at its disposal and just didn't use.
I don't think it's a mistake that they kissed.
No.
I do think that there is a like you were saying, like if they like sort of leaned into this more, like that's the thing I love about Colin Farrell's performance in Miami Vice, is that like he's at the like Colin Farrell the actor is at the worst part of his life. He's like addicted to cocaine, he's partying every night, he's at his wits end with everything, and then he has to basically channel all of that into the character that he's playing, who's a cop who has to put up the guise of a criminal in order to do his job. But like, is he gonna catch feelings? Like, is this the one? Is this time is luck and it's running out? And like, is he going to like just fucking sacrifice it all for this girl? Like he doesn't know, and then like that tension is always there. And like, I think a similar tension is in here, but it's not as like loud. I think you have to kind of like seek it out a bit more, but I do think it like permeates this movie. I'm just very glad that to get an episode in here where it's not me screaming about the gayness of the movie. It's
it's very validating.
I'm very happy I've had my first episode where I do it as a gay person. So shouts out homosexuality. We did it, y'all.
You're the Josh of the episode.
They call me the Sapphic Josh.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that joke when Twitter used to be good. It's like, Twitter is a game, and the game is to not be the main character of Twitter on that day. But yeah, you get to you're Josh for a day, Jennifer.
I think I'm right. That's the thing, is that like I think I'm right.
I mean, it's definitely more interesting than anything else in the text of the movie. And because it's more interesting than anything in the text, I agree with you, and I think I just didn't get it.
I think it's all there. I don't think they kissed by chance. Because I had the thing of like, oh, this would be so sick if they kissed, and then they actually kissed, and I was like, this movie's amazing.
You're like, am I God? Hold on.
Just gals being pals, man.
History will call them close friends.
I can't get into this on the show. It's gal pal. They're doing gal pal shit. That's what this movie is.
Did you guys have any final thoughts about Black Widow 1987? Craig will not be receiving compensation for watching 2 Black Widow movies.
No.
Actually, he's going to get
do not
less of the
lobby on his
Patreon
behalf.
money.
I'm getting my normal 3%.
My
Not a penny more.
my final note is we found him. We found Michael Woolman.
Jesus Christ. I gave this 3 stars. I respect its choices, even though I don't like them.
2.5. I just think this movie could be a lot more than what it is.
4 stars. You guys need to see my vision.
I do have to see Miami Vice again because I started to see it a little more when you had like your full like Lotus Brain the original opening. You know what I mean? The first impact, dare I say? And I haven't revisited it since, so I do need to reappraise it.
Masterpiece, one of the greatest movies ever made. Easily to me, it's so obvious. I'm sorry if it's annoying to be around me. It's so clear to me.
Do we have any questions this week?
Spotify is showing we have a new message, but it's loading. I don't know if it's a question either, because I can't see it yet. I don't know.
Oh no.
I don't know. I don't know because I can't see it. No, we don't have any questions to this week. No questions.
Okay, good to know. If you have sent in a question, we'll get to it.
Yeah, I swear to God, it's in the ether somewhere.
You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts. That is Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. Maybe we should be rethinking our Spotify policy. You can find the show at all those places. You can also find the show and all the social medias. So that is Blue Sky, Instagram, Letterboxd. It's user SwimFans Pod. Give us a follow. Whatever you do with us online, please rate the show, please review the show, please subscribe to the show wherever you're listening, please tell a friend about the show, please comment on the show. You can write in questions or recommendations to the show at swimfanspodcast@gmail.com. You could also do that on Instagram. You can supposedly do that on Spotify, allegedly. But if you have questions or anything like that, you can email us, and that will get seen and taken under careful consideration. And we have a Patreon. Okay, patreon.com/swimfans. For as low as $1 a month, you can get access to the whole backlog of the Patreon catalog, all sorts of stuff. Really runs the gamut. Anything from some anime movie to the concept of millennial cringe is all in there. So much to discover. And thank you so much to all the patrons who are already subscribed. And you can find me online at all the same social medias: Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky. That's user Amons, AMONNS. You can see what I'm up to over on those places. I saw the new Knives Out. I saw it in theaters. Wake Up Dead Man. I think it's the best one.
I only saw the first one.
Glass Onion. All right, so if you don't know me, I'm a huge whodunit fan. Like I used to purposefully forget my gym class stuff, so I didn't have to go to gym class and I could read Death on the Nile instead. I would get in trouble in gym class for reading my books.
Reading your mysteries?
I'm not unpacking this. It's just a fact, and I'm stating it, and I'm moving on. But so I'm a huge whodunit fan. So I do love that Rian Johnson has brought the whodunit back into the common consciousness. It doesn't hurt that Daniel Craig, one of the sexiest people in film history, is the main character, which I love to see. I thought the first Knives Out was good. Glass Onion was like fine, but like it does suffer from a pretty big like narrative device that it uses. I don't want to spoil it for you. It's the weakest of the three, I think. But Wake Up Dead Man I thought was elegant. It was simple. You genuinely didn't know where it was going to go, but also you had enough of the clues to try to put together the mystery as you went. Like I didn't solve the mystery while the movie was running, but I did get bits and pieces of it, and that I think is a rewarding experience. Also, just because I can't let Jen sit on her throne for too long. It has the hot one from Challengers in it, the dark-haired guy, Josh O'Connor. And I have never ears. Yes.
Yeah.
It has. He's so fucking hot in Wake Up Dead Man. Like, it's crazy. He's in like the priest. I'm not gonna unpack that either. He's in like the priest outfit. I won't be unpacking that one either. But like, I don't know. I want him and Benoit Blanc to like. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna write fanfic about it. Jennifer.
One day we're going to unpack that. We're going to unpack the last 3 minutes of this show.
Braver shrinks than you have tried.
You can follow me on Blue Sky, diatron5.swimfanspod.com. I'm on Letterboxd Diatron. Fuck, what did I watch? Did I talk about Gun Woman?
You did talk about Gun
Did I talk about Gun Woman already?
Well, or wait, did you just tell me about Gun Woman in LA?
I definitely
No,
told you in person about Gun Woman. Craig, if I say the words Gun Woman, does anything pop to mind?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I watched on my way to LA last month. I watched a balaclava movie called Gun Woman, and it's about a surgeon who, in order to get revenge on the guy who like did a bunch of bad balaclava stuff to his now dead wife, has to buy a meth head girl and then implant her with gun parts to break into like this like secret desert necrophilia compound where the murderer loves to go and do necrophilia. He gives her like fucked up surgery to implant the pieces of a gun, and then she has to get the fucking potion from Romeo and Juliet to like make her appear dead to get admitted to have necrophilia done to her. And then, but she has to like train so she can like deal with all the blood loss of having to dig out all of the gun pieces from her to reassemble her gun. It was a stupid movie. And then it ended with a song about the movie Gun Woman, which was fun. It was tasteless. It was bad. It's free on Tubi. Craig,
what did you think about all those words in sequence?
Beautiful.
it's a real movie.
Poetry.
It's a real balaclava movie.
You can find me at Craig Neeson on Instagram and Letterboxd, CraigNeeson.com. I saw Logan's Run recently. Again,
Hell yeah.
It's been quite a while since I've seen it. So much fun. Love the lasers, love the set. The plot's like so jumbly and silly and whatever. But the thing that I was anticipating, because the thing that I remember the most is when the girl from the bubble where everything's perfect except everyone dies when they're 30 is outside, and a lizard crawls up her dress. And she goes, "I hate outside. I hate it." And it just, that fucking line is just so incredible. It's so fucking funny. I'm pretty sure it's played for comedy. But yeah, nothing really fucking, makes me laugh quite like that line. Yeah, it's...
Do not let those like millennial relatability meme accounts find out about that, because they'll just post it all over the place.
Exactly. It'll justify them bed rotting or whatever the fuck they do now. But yeah, there's so many cool special effects in the film. There's like the moment where like he's being interrogated at the end by the AI, and like he's refusing to speak, but these little holograms of his head spinning are speaking for him. Is just like, oh man, there's nothing quite like those special effects. Just really, 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 really fun, really colorful, really just going for it. Yeah, I love Logan's Run.
I've never seen that. I should see it.
There's that ice robot.
Oh yeah, the fucking ice robot that's just like, call an ambulance, not for me. just like just suddenly has like a fucking harpoon and like a fucking rocket launcher. Like he's dual wielding in GoldenEye. It's fucking great. That ice robot kicks ass.
Folks, we have I believe one more regular episode, and then it's holiday time.
Holy shit.
And I think Christmas this year is actually on a Thursday. So you're going to wake up with coffee and presents and
you're gonna ignore your family. You're gonna stay in your room. You're gonna stay in your childhood bedroom, and you're gonna listen to our episode on whatever. Did we decide on anything?
We have not as of this moment.
Although Craig had a suggestion that I'm actually quite into.
Yeah.
What is it?
Tangerine. Sean Baker's Tangerine.
Oh, I don't remember that being a Christmas movie.
It happens on Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, work.
Yeah, there's a scene where one of the women, never mind, Craig hasn't seen it. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So you will not be getting your children presents. You will be giving them the best gift of all, SWIMFANS.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hit it.
You're gonna make them all Christmas cards, and there's not gonna be money in it. There's just gonna be a URL to www.swimfanspod.com written in it.
It takes you to the fucking PayPal. The like preloads like $15 for the Patreon or something.
Yeah, it's a Honey-esque scam where we steal all your coupon codes.
That's such a good idea. We should be scamming people more.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will see you next week with one more erotic thriller and then holiday movie time. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.